On January 11th, 1940, American Ballet Theater, or Ballet Theater as it was originally called, made their debut performance at the Center Theater located in Rockefeller Center. On opening night, the theater was filled to its 3,500 seat capacity. The company was such a hit that on January 12th, the Center Theater had to provide extra help at its box office to accommodate the crowds trying to buy tickets to this exciting new American company. Over the next 3 weeks, Ballet Theater performed over 18 different ballets. That was almost a new ballet every performance.
Oh, hey, hi, it's me, Mr. Jeff, ABT design teaching artist. Really nice to see you. You know, I've been thinking a lot about books. Why am I thinking about books? Because ABT is like a library. I mean, when you picture a library, what do you picture? Lots and lots of shelves filled with books.
Imagine that ballets are like books on a shelf. Every season, American Ballet Theater chooses between 10 and 15 of those ballets to perform. Since 1940, ABT has performed more than 475 different ballets, with over 180 of those works commissioned or first performed by the company. That means that every season, ABT has many, many, many ballets to choose from. The amazing thing is that those first 18 ballets all began right at Rockefeller Center in 1940. They included comedies, dramas, and fairy tales, including very famous ballets like Giselle or SWAN Lake. I love SWAN Lake. It's one of my favorite ballets, and it's a fairy tale ballet.
Imagine if you could make a ballet inspired by any of your favorite books. You know, when I was younger, my favorite book was called Pinocchio. It was about a little puppet who wanted to become a real boy. And I imagined that would make a great ballet. What would that look like? I think I'm going to draw it for you. I'm thinking that the ballet costumes would be really great. I think this would be a lot of fun to design a ballet of Pinocchio or to watch it.
Speaking of Pinocchio, here's a really funny fact. The reason Ballet Theater had to end their sold-out run at the Center Theater in 1940 was because on February 7th, 1940, the movie of Walt Disney's Pinocchio was scheduled to open right there at the Center Theater.
Thank you, Mr. Jeff, for that wonderful drawing and for introducing us to American Ballet Theater's repertoire. My name is Richard Toda, and I'm a teaching artist with American Ballet Theater. I'm so excited to welcome you to today's dance workshop and introduce you to all of my friends.
Hello, I am Mariana Ranz, and our ABT teaching artist and I will be dancing from Rockefeller Center. I hope you enjoy dancing with us and the beautiful view from top of the rock from the 67th floor.
Hello, my name is Kelby Brown, and today you're going to experience what it's like to be a dancer with America's National Ballet Company. But first, we're going to warm up, and then we're going to learn some choreography from two of ABT's most famous ballets, Giselle and SWAN Lake. Both these ballets made their ABT debut right here at Rockefeller Center in 1940.
And I'm Alexis Andrews. And not only will you be dancing with ABT teaching artists, but you'll also be meeting and dancing with two incredibly talented dancers from American Ballet Theater, Kathryn, Boren, and Luigi, Crispino. And now I know you're super excited to get started. So let's start by warming up our bodies with a few exercises. Dancers, let's start with 8 claps and 8 marches. Here we go. March. Again. And march. Let's go to the side. And back. Other side. And back. Forward. Backwards. Circle. Prepare the arms to the shoulders for skips. Go, big skips. Return back to your center. Arms front to the waist. And march. Again. March. Big bow for the end.
Dancers are just like professional athletes. We have to warm up our muscles and become aware of how our bodies are feeling each day. So today, we're going to do some simple stretches to get our bodies ready to dance.
Remember, everybody has their own level of flexibility. It's important that we want to stretch just to feel a slight tension in our muscles. And remember, it's not a competition.
All right, it is time to stretch. We're gonna get down on the floor. And if there is a stretch that you really, really love, you can go ahead and hit the pause button and hold it for a little longer. When you are ready, you can join me back. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and flex, and flex, and point, flex, and open, and one up, one down, up, down, both down, open, and flex, close, 1, 2, 3, 4, both down, first, flex, close. Hold on to a big beach ball. Bring it up. And open. And hold your hands behind. And lift your belly button to the sky. Hold, hold, hold. And slowly lower. Let's try it again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. And hands behind. Lift up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Time to put our bellies on the floor. Legs straight. Zip them up. Show me your superhero arms. And get ready to fly really, really high. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach, reach, reach. And lower. Come on, friends, you can do it. Up. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Lower. Now I want you to imagine you're swimming in the beautiful soft clouds. Swim, 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 and lower. And swim. And maybe you find some candy and you can put it in your bag. Yes. And lower. Now let's go ahead and sit. And put some sticky glue on your feet. Glue them together. One last stretch. Nose to your toes. Hold it, hold it. And show me a big breath. And finish. Good job, dancers.
Hi, my name is Luigi Crispino, and I'm a corps de ballet dancer with American Ballet Theater.
Hi, my name is Boren. I am in the corps de ballet with American Ballet Theater. I first joined the corps in 2015, but I previously had gone up through the summer intensives, the school, ABT2.
I joined ABT school, the JKO school, in 2015, and then I joined the studio company a year later, and then I joined the main company a year later after that.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my daily routine. I usually wake up pretty early, have breakfast, warm up at home, do a little stretching, a little core conditioning work.
My days are kind of structured in a very similar way because I really like to have my routine. And I usually wake up kind of early in the morning and I do my Pilates exercises and I do some stretching.
And then I'll go to the studio, take company class with all my colleagues. Usually 10:15 to 11:45 is our class, and then from there we're going into a full day of rehearsals, usually 3 hours, and then you get a lunch break, and then 3 more hours after that.
And if it's a show day, then we'll have a show during the night. And before shows, I'd like to rest and stretch and have some dinner.
I'll grab a quick bite of food, some dinner, shower, and then get ready for the performance that evening. And then by the time the day's done, I'm ready to crash. So I come home, do a nice little foam rolling session so I'm not too sore the next day, and then get up and do it all again. So it can be pretty tiring and pretty rigorous, but having a routine and set structure really helps to make it possible. Yeah, so any young dancers out there who are passionate about ballet, about performing, really make sure that you stick with it as long as you love it, as long as it's something that's bringing you joy and bringing you satisfaction.
So my best advice to you is to follow your dreams, because dreams do come through when you work really hard. Doesn't matter where you come from, if you just put your heart into it, it's gonna happen.
Now that you've already stretched, let's get ready to take ballet class. In classical ballet, there are 7 different movements, and these movements are taught in ballet class. It doesn't matter if you are 4 years old and a student at the JKO school, or if you're a professional dancer for the company like myself. Now join our ABT teaching artists as they teach you the 7 movements of classical ballet.
Did you know that ballet began in Italy and then it made its way across Europe, eventually to France, where King Louis XIV made it very popular? That's why all the words you're going to hear today are in French. To begin our 7 movements of ballet, I would like to introduce you to plie, which means to bend. You could do your elbow, your finger, or even your neck. And the other one is releve, which means to rise, but you could also raise your hand. Let's start. Arms down, first position. Arms up to your shoulders. Plie, open your legs, close. 4 times. Arms forward, open to second. Place back to your shoulders, go really tall. 4 more plies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fall asleep. Get really tall. Fall asleep. Back to your shoulders. Now we're gonna plie, releve, say hello to your friend in the distance. Plie, straighten, releve, say hello. Plie, releve, say hello to me. Hello, Miss Alexis. Show off your outfits. And again. Hello. Plie. Releve, say hello. Plie. Hello, dancers. All right, now arms push out. Push, push, push. Get stronger. Get those swan lake arms going. Push, 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 push. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Finish. Float down.
Today, I'm going to share with you 2 of the 7 movements of dance. One being glissé, which means to glide or to slide, and the other élancé, which means to dart, getting from one spot to the other, or you can think of it as like springing into action. This would be an example of a glissé, which means to slide or to glide. Terminology would be chassé. Now we're going to move. Big gallop. Juicy plie. How low can you go? How high can we go? This would be the ballet polka. Another form of reset. Moving with it. Élancé, which means to dart, moving from one spot to the next. Spring into action. Back to glissé. Terminology would be glissade. This is an example of a lone stay, the seesaw.
So our movement is a tendre. A tendre means to extend or stretch. For our combination, we're going to start by extending or stretching for all 3 counts. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Stretch for all 3 counts. Stretch for all 3 counts. Good. Stretch second. Close. Stretch second. Good. Stretch second. Good. Let's take our hands to our shoulders. 4 slow marches. Good. Excellent. Keep going. Slow marches. Let's try slow marches to the side. Good. Beautiful. Keep going. Keep trying. Excellent. Let's do releve lente. Beautiful. Big steps. Excellent. Now second arms. Excellent. One more time. Let's go for a little walk. Step right to first. Plie. Chassé. To my shoulders. To first. Plie. Chassé. To third arabesque. Good. Step with a little curtsy. Step. Come back. Let's take a little walk. 1, 2, 3. Back to first. Plie. Chassé. Right to third. Good. And plie. Chassé. To third arabesque. And stay. And 1. Little curtsy and step and finish.
Now we're going to be learning sautes, which means to jump, and tournées, which means to turn. Now I will give you 2 options. If you're not ready to turn, you can just passe. But if you want to be brave and give me a turn, you go ahead and do that. Are we ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Plie, releve, plie, and stretch. Saute, plie, and stretch, plie, releve, plie, and stretch, plie, saute, plie, and stretch. Releve, plie, and close, and plie, open, plie, close, plie. Plie, stretch, plie, open, plie, plie, close, and quick. Show me your beautiful jumps. And tendu, close to 5th, and prepare, and plie, up, plie, and stretch. Plie, you can turn. And plie, retire, plie, and stretch, plie, passe, plie, and finish. Beautiful dancers.
A romantic ballet is a ballet that was created in the Romantic era, which was in the early 19th century. One thing romantic ballets all have in common is an element of the supernatural. In American Ballet Theater's second performance at the Center Theater, they performed Giselle, which is one of the most famous romantic ballets. In Giselle, I play a Willie, and a Willie lives in a supernatural world. It is the ghost or spirit of a woman who has died from heartbreak. I personally love dancing as a Willie and being on stage with all the other Willies. It's a great sense of community and you just feel very strong dancing amongst the other Willies. One thing we always try to pay attention to as a Willie is our upper body, how we carry ourselves. So everything is very strong in the chest and your gaze is very stoic. Sometimes we're sad and we're tilted in other ballets, but in Giselle, very strong, very square shoulders, your gaze directly to the side. There's no tilting of the head. That's something that we keep in mind all the time as we're dancing through Willies and Giselle.
Now, let's begin by creating our own Willies. So Willies can hold their arms in this position and look sad. What would be your sad position? And then maybe you don't want to talk to anybody. The Willies push the person away. How do you tell someone that you don't want to talk to them? Or maybe you're bossy and you want to tell them what to do and you point in the direction. How do you tell people what to do?
Act 2 of Swan Lake debuted right here at Rockefeller Center. Swan Lake is ABT's most famous ballet that they perform every year at the Metropolitan Opera House. And now we're gonna go down 2 floors to the majestic Rainbow Room and do a Swan Lake workshop with Luigi and Katie.
Now I'm going to teach you a fun dance from Swan Lake. This is the Neapolitan dance, a dance inspired by people, they're from Italy and from Naples, which is actually my hometown. One arm, the other arm, and close. And 1, and 2, 3. Échappé and close. Tendu, tendu, tendu. And chuck, 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 chuck. Close. And 1, 2, 3. Échappé and close. Tendu, tendu, tendu. Stay. Close. 1, 2, 3, and close. Arabesque. Close. 1, 2, 3, and close. 1, 2, 3, close. Arabesque. And a 1, 2, and 3.
Swan Lake is a ballet about the beautiful swan princess Odette and Prince Siegfried. And when Odette first meets Siegfried, she tells him the story of how she became a swan princess. But in ballet, we do not speak with our words. We use a language called pantomime or mime. I'm going to be teaching the entrance of the swans today. I'm very excited. This is where all the swans begin to enter the stage together. There's a lot of arm movement. We'll be flapping our arms like swans and traveling across the stage. Follow me. Big tendu, pas de chat, Boren. Flap the arms. Tendu side, pas de chat. Tendu, pas de chat, finish. All right, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the swan arms. So in Swan Lake, all the girls, you'll see them on stage flapping their arms like a swan, and this takes a lot of practice. You really have to focus on your back. As you drop the arm, you drop the elbow, then you push the air away from you as you bring the backs of your hands up overhead. Sometimes we just keep them to the side, and you want to think of pushing away, 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 so it's not just up and down, but there's circular motion. You're pushing the air away from you. If we go all the way down, our chin goes down, elbows come up, backs of the hands meet, chin rises, and then again, press the elbows down. Everything lifts from the back. If you're doing it correctly, your back will be very, very, very sore tomorrow.
Thank you so much for dancing with us today, all of my friends and everyone here at American Ballet Theater and the Top of the Rock. Have a great afternoon. But of course, we have to say thank you first. So at the end of ballet class, we always say thank you by dancing a beautiful reverance. Join me in first position. Good, one arm. Find center, find second. Push through that swan arm. Find the bottom of my circle, back to the center, one arm. Find the middle, find the side, Beautiful. One arm pushes through. Find the bottom, find the center. Both arms, fifth en bas, fifth en avant, and fifth en haut. Arms second and push. Swan arms. Find the bottom, find the middle, find the top, push open, and swan arms. Then stay and plié, glissé, extend, étendre, plié, chassé, extend, étendre, and plié. Ladies, step side and curtsy. And gentlemen, step side and bow. Let's go to the second side. Plié, chassé, étendre, and plié, chassé, and étendre. Good. Ladies, step to the side with a curtsy, stepping back. Gentlemen, step to the center and bow. Good. Girls, get ready to create your own swan arms. Boys, take your arrow. Girls, swan arms. Boys, ready? Here's our arrow. Shoot.